Alright, welcome back everybody. Here we are to part 4 of our series, playing through the first Diablo. Oh, for some reason I thought there was a problem with the door, because I saw this part was open, but this was like, you know, of course, against the wall. That's just me being not all here. I did pour myself some of that great wild turkey I mentioned in the last episode. I'm almost completely through my beer. So at this point in time, I'm starting to feel it. I'm feeling pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead, jump right back into those catacombs, and we're going to wreck some shit. We're gonna hit some stuff with our axe. You'll see that I finally have that new armor. I finally had enough money for it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how damage affects me at this point, especially when it comes to those crowds that I know are really just not being kind to me. Ooh, there's a closed door over here. Let's go see what's in here. Alright, nothing. Cool. Oh no, there's a chest with an arrow. There's level 6, okay. Is that the... Oh, super exciting. We just opened into a level that we're done with. Nope. I see a spot over here. We're gonna go ahead and move down to level 6 anyway. It's footsteps though. I don't know if you guys can hear those, but pat 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 pat. Like a cat. Like, you know, when you call your cat's name, you just hear that pat 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 as they like run towards you, if they actually do. Because most cats are just like, I don't care, because they do know their names. They just oftentimes choose to ignore you when you call for them, because that's how cats are a lot of the time. It's just how they be, unfortunately. Nice, just got myself a level. Alright, what did they drop? Inferno, Fireball, and Phasing. Can I use any of these? Because Fireball sounds interesting. Can't use that one. Ooh, I can use Inferno. What about... And I can use Phasing. What does Phasing do? Oh! That's what it does. Alright. What was I gonna add? Yeah, we're gonna do all the dexterity because I want to be able to hit things. Especially if I'm gonna be in a spot that... Hold on. If that's where I came in, it didn't really move me, did it? I was all confused thinking I went like clear across the map or something like that. In reality, it looks like it just teleported me like a couple feet to the right or something like that. I see you guys over there. You can't hide from me and like... Oh wow, these guys hurt. They can do that whole electric attack or whatever. Whap. Some scaffolding right here. Whap, whap. I guess getting back into that conversation that I'd started before ending the last episode about whiskeys and all that. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of scotch. I mean, let's go ahead and pick this up. Have something to sell for later because it was only because I picked things up last time I could even afford this. But I'm not a fan of smokiness in whiskey. I do enjoy like pepperiness, which you'll get that in some higher proof bourbons. But as well, just the grains and everything they use creates a completely different flavor profile. If you've ever actually bought whiskey to taste it instead of just, you know, getting drunk, then you'll have an idea of what I mean. To me, Irish whiskey has a kind of like, I guess, sugar flavor, like sugar dissolved in water or something. That's kind of how it tastes to me. Not exactly, of course, but it's similar to that. And bourbon tastes more to me like honey, I guess. Well, a good bourbon does. There's plenty of really nasty bourbons out there. Just like there's plenty of nasty whatever alcohol you're buying. But that's kind of how I differentiate them. I mean, obviously there's that really different process of how they're, well, not really different, process of how they're made. I'm not too familiar, to be honest, with the process of how do I get in there? Oh, that's there we go. That's where I want to go, the Chamber of Bone. I'm not too familiar about the process of, ooh, it's one of these guys. I hate these guys. Of making Irish whiskey. I know like Scotch, and I know bourbon. Like I know bourbon. But I don't really know how Irish whiskey goes. I know that I used to enjoy Tullamore Dew. It was the first liquor I ever had. And I used to really enjoy it, but I found as I started to get more into whiskey and find like what my specific tastes were and everything, that I don't enjoy it anymore. It kind of made me sad, just because like that was the first one I had, and I really wanted to continue to enjoy it. 2 to 12, man. So I mean, I have a bottle of that stuff just sitting in my cabinet. It's almost completely empty because I did kind of get through most of it, but
beyond the Hall of Heroes lies the Chamber of Bone. Eternal death awaits any who would seek to steal the treasures secured within this room. So speaks the Lord of Terror, and so it is written.
Well, we're going to go and murder that Lord of Terror, so I don't know how much say he's got in, you know, whatever it is that's going on. Aha, I dodged that. I dodged it. Oh, not that one though. Ooh, wow. I will not survive that if I walk into that room. Oh, are these guys not gonna come out? Come on. Come on, bro. Just walk a little closer to me. Come on. Oh, you guys are anuses. There you are. Yeah, I'm going to I am not going to fare well. Oh, wow. How do I click? There we go. See, it's these things like this though. Like I felt like I had to reload the levels eventually to not die, you know? I mean, I hardly got back to it. I'm already almost out of my all of my health potions. Come on. There we go. But I'm starting to think like maybe I do need to go back and level a bit, just because like it doesn't take me much to kill them. It hurts when they hit me. Oh, wow. Especially when there's so many of them all over the place. I'm just like, what am I gonna do besides die, basically? I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about whiskey. Like, look at that. I'm just getting destroyed. Okay, like, I think that's the main issue, really, with being able to get through these levels, is just, I cannot take a hit, really, even with that, that new armor I got. Firewall. Can I use that? I can. We're gonna use that. Let's go ahead and stick that in that room over there. Let's set those dudes on fire. Let's use this mana potion too, actually. And this one. I don't even remember what I was talking about when it comes to the whole whiskey deal. But like I have an idea of how Scotch works. I know they have to, or they use used barrels and whatnot when it comes to aging their whiskey. And of course bourbon, I know like the most about that. How all of that works. Come on, guys. Come to the door. Come say hi. At the door. I got a pizza. You guys want some pizza? It's got... Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Because I can't, I do not have the defense for that right now. But like with bourbon, you have to use new charred white oak barrels. That is like a legal requirement of aging bourbon. You can finish it in whatever you want to, really, but it must be the initial aging must be in new white oak charred barrels. So that, obviously, that really, maybe not obviously if you guys aren't so familiar with whiskey, but that really does make a difference with the flavor. What the charring does basically is it allows that the sugars, I guess like the resin and whatnot in the wood itself to really meld with the whiskey itself and give that sweet flavor, and that's what gives it that kind of honey flavor. Or you'll hear a lot of people say like brown sugar, basically. Honestly, like as much as I love whiskey, whenever I see like all those... Oh, is this disconnected? They all moved into that other room, I guess. Or maybe there aren't that many of them as I thought. Yeah, they're all chilling by that door, I think. Okay. We're gonna close both sides of that room. Yeah, I'm going to add to my magic because that healing spell, like it helps. I'm sitting here with just one health potion, and I could really use that. Fireball? Can I even use fireball? I can't, so we're gonna throw it on the ground. What does Inferno do? Let's try Inferno. Let's see how they react to that. Excuse me. Wow. That was not helpful at all. I am glad they can't open doors. See, now I'm like kind of worried to even go into this room because... Okay, hold on 1 second. We're gonna head back to town real quick. Okay, so I have like no money. As you can tell by me having bought the little health potions this time. Okay, it's a room full of these guys. That's not so bad. It's definitely not as bad as the other room we're trying to work our way through right now. But yeah, so like when you char a barrel, it allows those sugars in the wood itself, and you know other things as well. I'm sure like you can find a much better explanation of this from someone who, you know, actually makes whiskey and really understands the process. I'm just being a big fan of it. I try to understand it as much as I can, especially because I do want to make my own whiskey at some point, legally, because I don't want like any issues, you know, which can absolutely happen when you decide you want to do something and somebody finds out. Some people are assholes and they will absolutely tattle on you, I suppose. But yeah, so the charring really does help that sweetness to kind of come through. Also, the proof that you barrel your whiskey at when it's time to start aging it, that will affect as well what kind of flavor profile you get. I think if you barrel it above 120 proof, that'll allow for more like wood characteristics, or it might be more sweetness. You can see like it's been a minute since I really looked through this. Also, I mean, my brain's not all here because I have been sipping on that beverage this whole time. But if you barrel it below 120 proof, then I think you get less of that fresh sweetness. I don't know. Don't even trust that. Just like if you care at all about like what I'm trying to tell you right now, just look it up because I clearly have no idea what I'm talking about right now. I need that health right now, I do. But so the main thing about bourbon, like legally, it must be at least 51% corn because whiskey is made out of grains, right? And you know, corn is considered a grain. For some reason, when I started learning about whiskey, I was like, oh, really? What? I guess I always assumed for some reason it was a vegetable. Until I started actually learning about the whole process and everything. But corn is a grain. So, but typically, your typical bourbon is going to be made of corn, rye, and barley, malted barley. And barley, basically, from what I've read, from what people, oh, wow. From what people who make, you know, bourbon say about it is basically they say it only contributes to alcohol content because malted barley does give a good. Wow, I think I do need to level, unfortunately. But from what I've read, so depending if you do look this up, what you look up, it can be different. But malted barley, from bourbon maker's standpoint that I've read from, doesn't really affect flavor. It's more all about the I'm going to like reload this. So save game. Cause I don't have the defense. I just don't to handle those large groups, you know?
What
I'm
ails you, my friend?
hardcore distracting myself. As you can see. I don't even know where I was, honestly. Can I just wander back down into the catacombs, or do I need to, because I started a new level, new game, do I need to, you know, go through level 1 in order to do it? Okay, looks like I do. So we're just gonna have some fun with that. We're gonna mow down some enemies while I just continue to ramble endlessly. Oh, we can kill the butcher again.
Please, listen to me.
I gotta know your story, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and move on past that.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
Boy, you don't even got a clue. We're going to just like find that second level though as quickly as possible right now. So I don't want to, you know, of course, bore you guys. Unless you're already bored, in which case you probably clicked off the video long before this point. But yeah, from what I've read, bourbon makers typically say that barley doesn't really add to the flavor. It's mainly in there for alcohol content. The main flavor is really going to come from that corn. That's really what you get your sweetness from, because corn it's a pretty sweet grain. Scotch, though, typically, with my current understanding, so this could be incorrect, is made entirely from barley. And if you've tried, like, you know, good Scotch, you know there is a sweetness to it. I mean, there is a lot of smokiness depending on the Scotch as well. I think part of that does come from the fact that it's aged in a used barrel. So you're not gonna get that resin and everything is not gonna be as prominent in that used barrel. You're gonna get more of the actual like wood tannins and such, the flavors from those things, rather than the resin diffusing into the alcohol. Wow, this is like comically easy. I need to find those stairs. Grab them 14 gold pieces. Rye kind of implements a more like spicy flavor. You'll get some like mint flavors out of it as well. If it's a rye whiskey, you'll notice those really. Speaking from experience, not reading into it too much, I know because I had, what is it, High West? I think that's the name of the brand. But High West, their rye whiskey that I tried, it had a very like mint eucalyptus kind of flavor, which, to be completely honest, I did not enjoy at all. I had Jim Beam's like pre-prohibition rye whiskey or whatever, and when I tried that, I wasn't at the point where I was drinking whiskey to enjoy the flavor. But I really enjoyed it at that point, so it's probably a really, for my tastes, a really good rye. I don't recall any like mintiness though from that one, but again, I didn't like drink it to see what the flavor was or anything like that. Wheated whiskeys or bourbons, wheated bourbons that have like wheat in place of rye, or they add wheat to the mash bill. If you age them longer, that wheat brings out a lot of nice, you know, sweet characteristics. But young bourbons, I need to say bourbon, because there is a whole distinction there. Young bourbons that use wheat don't have that same flavor, because wheat, when it comes to aging in a barrel, it needs time. Otherwise, it's gonna come out kind of cruddy. So the more time that like a wheated bourbon spends in a barrel, the better it's going to get. I guess like the famous example of that is like Pappy Van Winkle. I have never tried it, and honestly, I want to try it for the sake of trying it, because that's like the bourbon to seek out. But in my experience, old bourbons do not taste great. They taste like the barrel, which if you like that, then that is great. Horse Soldier's barrel proof whiskey, when I tried it, was amazing. It tasted like the barrel that it came out of, but it not in a bad way, if that makes sense. But I also have a 14-year-old Knob Creek. It was distilled in 2001, bottled in 2016. So I guess like it seems like it'd be 15 years old, but I guess they took it out of the barrel before it hit that 15-year mark. And that one honestly is not great. I've still got well over half the bottle left for that one. I'm trying to, you know, get through it and enjoy it, but I just don't really enjoy it, to be honest. As the bottle's been opened, the flavor has changed a little bit. That might just be, ooh, wow, look at that. I haven't seen that yet. Burning, crossover here. That's some edgy, hardcore stuff. That's some hardcore, edgy stuff right there. I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna leave you guys alone because I'm just really right now trying to find the butcher and trying to find the next level as well, because I won't kill the butcher again. I don't want his cleaver or anything. It's just, why not? I'm passing through, might as well. Gotta fill some time, I guess. So with each kind of whiskey, there's kind of like a sweet spot, I would say, when it comes to, there's a lot of scrolls of healing on this level. When it comes to aging. For bourbon, because it's aged in new oak barrels, so there's a lot of that straight wood flavor in there because it's a new barrel. It's never been used before for aging. With bourbon, I would say that perfect range is no more than 10 years. After that, it starts to taste like the barrel, which, again, if you're into that, you know, it's good, but if you're not into that, it is not a great flavor. Horse Soldier did a great job with that with their barrel proof. It tastes like that barrel, but I really enjoyed that one. Oh, until the bottle had been open for a while. After the bottle had been open for a good minute, you know, with all the oxygen interacting with it and whatnot, it wasn't that great. I actually started to not want to drink it at all, actually. It might have just been me being, you know, finicky or whatever, but I think having the bottle open for a while does, because more air getting in there can kind of interact with the whiskey itself, change the flavor a little bit. Other people may not notice this. I think I'm too, like, hardcore on that whiskey, so I pay too much attention to it, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna notice these nuances in there, because I'm fancy bourbon guy. When in reality, honestly, it probably doesn't change the flavor all that much. You'd have to ask somebody who, you know, really does spend their life looking into this kind of deal. I am definitely not the source to ask when it comes to any of this. Fresh meat. Look at it. He can hardly hit me now. That is amazing. That is quite the difference.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.
Nice. Now where is... Oh, there's level 2. Or 3. So again, just preface everything that I'm saying with a hint of salt, a grain of salt. Because I'm in no way a professional or anything, which I'm sure I don't even need to say that for you guys to be aware of that. Honestly, you probably are listening to me rambling, just like not giving 2 shits about it. Come on. There we go. But yeah, so if, like for bourbon, I would say like up to 10 years is that good spot for aging. Like my favorite bourbon is the Knob Creek Special Barrel Reserve, Single Barrel Reserve. It's 120 proof, so 60% alcohol. It's pretty dark. Only comes out of 1 barrel. No blending or anything, so you're not taking other whiskeys and mixing it with them or mixing them together. And that is my favorite bourbon. It's very spicy. Like that spice hits you. Lots of that pepperiness, but it also has like a fresh kind of sweetness, I think. Ooh, there's a lot of guys in here. They're everywhere. I should probably talk about the game instead of just rambling on about whiskey. As well, I completely forgot where I was in terms of that whiskey discussion. So, I do apologize for that if you were actually interested in what I was saying. Oh, yeah, the Knob Creek. So the Knob Creek is aged 9 years. And it's really good, I think. If you do enjoy whiskey, you'll notice that, like, even when people give suggestions, it really does depend on your own personal taste, whether or not you like a whiskey. Even if something is considered to be a phenomenal whiskey by pretty much everyone, because I notice, in my personal experience, people seem to just kind of jump on the bandwagon to say if someone says this whiskey is good, they all say this whiskey is good. Especially if it's expensive. But, ooh, there's some gold on the ground. Whiskey is one of those things that really comes down to individual taste. You may not like a popular whiskey. Like, I do not like Jameson. It has, like, to me, a metallic taste, and it has a sweetness that I don't enjoy. But, I mean, if you ask pretty much anyone, they'll say Jameson is some good stuff. It's you know, Pine Eater. That sounds intense. Eating some spines. I was gonna try and do like a kind of voice, but I've been talking for a while now, just rambling on, so I don't have all of my voice here, I guess. Oh my goodness, excuse me if you can hear that. I'm getting that residual alcohol gas or whatever out of my stomach. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Where is the next level? For Scotch, because they do use used barrels. From what I've read, after they age it past, I think 25 years, because the sweet spot, or I guess like what most companies age it to, is 12 years. That's what you see on a lot of scotches. But I think up to 25 years is where a Scotch kind of sees its good point. After that, you get more barrel than whiskey. But do not listen to my word on that. That's just what I've read. And again, I'm not a big Scotch fan, so I've never tried a Scotch that old. I've only ever had a 12-year-old Scotch. I've had quite a few of them. My favorite being the Macallan Double Oaked. I think that one's actually pretty good. But the Macallan Sherry Cask, I abhor. It is nasty. You'll see a lot of, like, especially those high-end scotches, they're aged in, like, sherry casks. And, I mean, I do enjoy wine. My favorite wine is Cooper and Thief Red Blend. It's aged in bourbon barrels. What am I doing? Trying to find the next... Is this it? No, that's not it. There it is. It's hiding back there. Let's go ahead and grab that sign. But, I do not like whiskey that's aged in wine barrels of any kind. I've also tried Basil Hayden's dark rye whiskey, which does have port wine added to it. A lot of port, I think, because it is a dark.
I can't open this yet.
Do I have to go talk to him? That's some bullshit. That's some booty right there. I don't want to talk to this asshole. He's just gonna give me some. Oh, actually, maybe I can sell that. He's gonna give me some poor excuse about like, we need to shine because, dude, the big guys took it from us, and it's magic, and if we have it, then we won't get murdered by the big ones or you, because we're gonna turn on you. I just want to move on to the next level, please. That would be great. This is Town Portal. Let's stick that in the inventory so I don't lose it. I've got a ton of these now. I mean, which is great. I don't have to go and buy any of them to get to town. I know what you say. Let me walk around the building real quick. Oh wow, see, the time when I'm recording these just goes so quickly. And I mean, for you guys, if you're trying to watch this, I can understand like these being long episodes and you not wanting to sit through the whole thing because it gets kind of long, honestly, like a half hour. I mean, like, I do enjoy watching playthroughs from time to time. And I'll sit there and binge them. It doesn't matter how long the episodes are, to be honest, but I can understand, like, if you just want to get through an episode, like, it's long.
You give? Yes, good.
Now go!
We start.
Oh, go now.
We kill all with big magic.
No, you will not. I'll murder you, bro. With my axe. My potency. Will to potency. Which is, it's a really good song. Will to potency. I can't even think of who that's by, actually. I think it's by Christian. I think that's how you say their name. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Christian. They're a Brazilian band. I think they're the ones who wrote Will to Potency. But it's a good song. I like that band. They are death metal. So if you're not into that, then probably won't like it. But I think they're good.
The smell of death surrounds me.
I think there's some good stuff. I see you over there. Okay. hopefully all of that kind of wandering through the other levels. Ooh, it's Shadow Drinker again. We get to murder him again. But hopefully wandering through those other levels will help out. I don't think I leveled once through that whole time though. So honestly, like, I could be in the same boat as I was before this. So what I think I'll end up doing, if I'm still struggling by the end of this episode, is I'll go ahead and end it. I'll, you know, start everything up again and get like at least a level or two. Because otherwise, you guys are just watching me to get my you know, shit kicked in. Which I can't imagine is all that entertaining, to be honest. Oh, there's a whole room of skeletons. If I could just hit a couple of them, that'd be great. I can hear the clicking of my mouse through the headphones and everything, so I do apologize. Because I'm sure, like, if I can hear it through the headphones, then you guys can hear it pretty clear. I am really enjoying, ooh, charged bolt. I am really enjoying this whole recording a new strength is forged through destruction. Yeah, man, that's how leveling works. I am really enjoying actually just recording things and kind of talking into the well, for right now, into my phone. So I think at some point I will invest in some better recording equipment. I mean, I think honestly I was going to invest in that at some point anyway, not because of making videos for people, but because I'm really big into music as well. You know, besides Whisky, which I'm sure I left off on some kind of cliffhanger there about something I was about to bring up. But I enjoy music. I've been writing music for 11 years now. So I have recorded music. I have released an EP and everything, but a lot of things would kind of seem to get in the way of me focusing more on that, like I would have liked to in the past. So I mean, either way, I'm gonna get myself a microphone at some point. Telekinesis. Actually, we're gonna pick that back up. It might sell for some good money. Yeah, I mean, I would love to at some point just be able to record my music as well. Because I love music, I do. Oh, wow. I completely forgot about these guys. And I have no health potions. We're gonna close that door. Please, no! No! Close the door! Or don't. Oh, they can open doors. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh. That door is blocked. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick recess, run to town, and I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, let's see if we can get through this this room now. Because oh, there's no one left in here. Unless okay, hold on.
And so, locked beyond the gateway of blood and past the hall of fire, valor awaits for the hero of light to awaken.
I remember this being another one of those traps, which this game is very good at. Ooh, a potion of mana. Let's go ahead and slurp that right up. Okay. Up to level before, so this is where I came in. As far as I can remember, I think I need to go back over here. This whole this money. I'm just leaving money all over the place. I should probably pick that up. Oh. I was thinking I would have to like scour the map to find out where that other stone was. I think there's 3 of them, right? I think there are. We're gonna go ahead and like wander through the rest of this map and find out. But I thought, and I'm starting to kind of not think this, but I thought I would have to go to the next level before I could find all of those pieces of that, you know, that quest right there. Let's go ahead and there we go. See, this level is just full of rooms like this. Well, I'm getting ambushed by so many people. Skeletons, people. They were people at some point, and they're shaped like people. Or I guess they're shaped like the insides of people. They're less wet than the typical skeleton. 'Cause I mean, something I try not to think about too often is the fact that my bones are wet. Because they are covered in flesh right now. Oh, I saw a town portal. Where is that shit? Where'd that go? There we go. I'm trying to collect as many of those as possible so I don't have to buy any of them when I get back into town. Because that saved me some money. Oh, for some reason I thought I heard like a sound or something over there. So I mean, if I don't gotta buy no more new portals, then that sounds like some good stuff to me. To be completely honest. Kind of surprised to see so many enemies from the previous kind of levels. Just cause in the last game, air quotes, it was pretty much like mostly new enemies when I got to this area last time. Potion of mana. I really do need to add to my mana because if that healing spell is going to be any bit of actual like useful, I'm going to need to be able to use it more than once. Otherwise, I mean, it basically counts as an extra health potion, which does help. But otherwise, it's just a single use is I gotta go right back to town right after, which that is not great. There's a ton of these guys in here. Bone gasher. Coming on damn bones. Munching on your ankles and stuff. Like little angry rats or something. Chewing on your bits and whatnot. Have you guys ever seen like a rat? Like a wild rat, I mean. Like in your town? Cause where I live, you'll see them like scurrying into a bush every so often when you're just kind of walking down the road. Those who defend seldom attack. Alright, useful advice. Possibly. Oh, I probably should have gone to that room earlier. Oh well. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. If I can kill these guys, we'll get to it. But yeah, over where I live, which I guess would not be an area typically that you would expect there to be rats running into bushes, but that's exactly what it is. You'll see like a tail slithering into a bush or something, or you'll see the rat briefly like running away from your prying eyes. Like, I don't want to be seen. If he sees me, I'm gonna get caught. Nah, I don't want that. Grab the shrine, you piece of shit. These things are vague, which is honestly like something that I did kind of like about this game. It's like, ooh, what did I get, basically? But playing through it now as an adult, being kind of right now, it's like, well, what does that mean? What are you doing something or not? I need to know. But it is honestly a good feature. I guess thinking objectively about the game, to kind of wonder, it gives you that curiosity. It makes it feel more like I don't want to say realism. I'm not really sure what I want to say, but I like it. I do. As much as it annoys me when I'm just wondering, like, did you do something or not? Or are you just saying words? A lot of guys in here. Smack. 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 I'm starting to think that I do have to go to the, do I need 3 gems or 2? Cause I'm thinking for some reason right now that I need 3. Which, I mean, maybe it's 2? Cause I kinda don't wanna have to go to the next level to get this, other gem. I just want to complete this, this task right now. Alright, Book of Blood, Pedestal of Blood. Okay, so a room did open up. Oh, why am I wandering the whole map? I could just walk over to the side over here where this other door is, instead of... You don't scare me, you asshole. Guy just defending your precious rock. Might have been a nice ring for your fiancé, but I stole it. Can I put it in here? I cannot. But I stole that fancy diamond for your fiancé's ring because I wanted it for myself. I want to put it into this this here pedestal and see what it do, though. You know? Ooh. Oh, he hit me. You guys will not win. I am the champion. I am the one who murders all the populace of this area with no remorse, no repent. We don't care. What a minute. Another day, another death, another Is there nothing in here? Another sorrow, another breath. There's nothing in here. I'm disappointed. Wow. Is there really? Oh wait, oh, okay, there is a thing. I was just being dumb.
May the spirit of Arcane protect me.
Do I have, I have no... Okay, this armor is actually some good stuff. I mean, I did lose a bunch of my dexterity though, which I'm sure is going to come back to bite me when I'm flailing wildly and can't hit anything. But this little kind of side quest worked out. Why did they close all the doors? All I gotta do is click on them, open them back up. I don't know. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and end this one where we're at. I think off camera I'm going to level a little bit, only because once again, up to town. Once again, my character can't really take a hit, you know? Like he kinda a bitch, you know? And it's not his fault. He's been trying, flailing wildly. nice. But yeah, he can't really take a hit, so I think away from camera I'm gonna go ahead and level him just a couple. Not too much. You guys aren't gonna miss out on anything. Of course I'm not gonna go past where I was. But we'll meet back here for the next episode. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for listening to my my endless rambling. And I do genuinely hope you all have a nice day, a nice night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Just truly enjoy yourselves. If you want some relaxation, get that relaxation. Don't feel bad about it. Sometimes you just gotta lay around and do nothing, and it's good for you. You know, just take time for you. I mean, if you got something you need to do, take care of it, because honestly, if it's done, then it's done. You have time for yourself. But I do hope you have a good day, a good night, whatever it is. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.